everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Daily Speak English. I'm Emily, and it's so great to be here for another episode. And of course, a warm hello to all our amazing listeners.
We're really excited today because we're starting a brand new series called English in Daily Life, Real Conversations for Real Situations.
That's right, David. In this series, we're going to talk about everyday topics and show you how people really speak about them in English. We want to make English learning practical, useful, and directly connected to your daily life.
Exactly. And before we get started, if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes.
And if you enjoy our content, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more English learners like you. Oh, and don't forget to share this episode with your friends who are also learning English. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely. Okay, Emily, so what interesting topic are we talking about today for our very first English in Daily Life episode?
Well, David, since it's the beginning of the day for many of our listeners, I thought we could talk about something very common, our morning routines. How do you start your day?
That's a fantastic topic, Emily. Everyone has some kind of morning routine, even if they don't always think about it. It's such an important part of our daily lives. So, Emily, let's start with you. What does your typical morning look like?
Okay, so my alarm clock usually goes off at around 7 a.m. I'm not really a morning person, so the first thing I do is press the snooze button, maybe once or twice.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, Emily.
Yeah, I really need those extra few minutes. When I finally get out of bed, the very first thing I do is drink a big glass of water. It helps me wake up and feel more refreshed.
That's a great habit. I should probably start doing that more often.
You definitely should. After that, I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and wash my face. Nothing too exciting, just my normal morning routine.
Standard morning procedures. So, what comes next for you?
Next, I like to make myself a cup of tea. I'm a big tea drinker. While the water is boiling, I usually do a few light stretches just to get my body moving.
That sounds really nice and relaxing. I normally go straight to making coffee. I can't function without my morning coffee.
I understand that. After my tea, I usually get dressed. I like to prepare my clothes the night before so I can save time in the morning.
That's a smart idea. I'm always rushing around trying to find something to wear.
It definitely helps. Then, depending on the day, I might do a quick workout at home, or I head straight to the kitchen to make breakfast.
So, what do you usually have for breakfast?
It depends, but I often eat toast with avocado and eggs, or sometimes oatmeal with fruit and nuts. I try to choose something healthy to give me energy for the day.
That sounds delicious. My breakfast is usually a bit simpler. Maybe just a piece of toast or a quick bowl of cereal. I'm not always very hungry in the morning.
And after breakfast, what's the next part of your morning routine, David?
After breakfast, I usually check my emails and plan my day. I like to make a to-do list so I know exactly what I need to get done.
That's a very organized way to start the day. I should probably try that more often. For me, after breakfast, I normally spend a little time catching up on the news or reading a book before I start working.
So that's your morning routine when you stay at home. What about when you have to go to work? Does your routine change much?
Not too much, but I do need to think about commute time, so I might wake up a bit earlier to make sure I have enough time to get ready and travel to work. I also make sure my bag is packed the night before with everything I need for the next day.
That makes a lot of sense. Being prepared definitely helps reduce morning stress. Now, let's think about our listeners who might be students. What might their morning routine look like?
That's a great point, David. For students, their morning routine usually focuses on getting ready for school or university. They might wake up, take a shower, get dressed in their uniform or comfortable clothes, and then have breakfast.
And depending on their age, they might need some help from their parents, especially younger students.
Exactly. Parents might be helping with packing school bags, preparing lunches, and making sure their kids leave home on time.
And for university students, their mornings might be a bit more flexible. It usually depends on their class schedule.
Right. They might wake up later if they don't have early classes, or they might use the morning to study or work on assignments.
That's true. Some students might even grab a quick breakfast on the go, like a coffee and a pastry, especially if they're running late for a lecture.
Now, let's think about people who work outside the home. Their morning routines can also look very different depending on their job.
Definitely. Someone who works in a physically demanding job might eat a bigger breakfast to give them enough energy for the day. They might also have a special routine for preparing their work clothes.
And someone who works in an office might spend a bit more time getting ready, choosing their outfit carefully, and maybe even doing their hair or makeup.
Yes, and their commute can also be a big part of their morning. They might listen to music, podcasts, or audiobooks on the way to make their commute more enjoyable or more productive.
That's a great idea, using commute time to learn something new or catch up on things.
Now, let's imagine a different situation. What if someone wants to grab breakfast at a cafe before going to work or school? What kind of English might they need to use there?
Oh, that's a fun example. So they might walk into the cafe and say, "Good morning." And the barista might reply, "Good morning. What can I get for you?"
Then the person might say, I'd like a coffee, please, maybe a latte. Or, could I have a cappuccino, please?
Yes, and it's always polite to say, "Please." If they also want something to eat, they could say, "I'll also take a croissant." Or, "Do you have any breakfast sandwiches?"
The barista might then ask, for here or to go? Meaning, do you want to eat it at the cafe or take it with you?
And the customer would reply, "To go, please," or "For here, thank you." They might also need to say how they want their coffee. For example, "Could I have oat milk instead of regular milk?" Or "Just a little sugar, please."
And when they're ready to pay, they might ask, how much is that? Or what's the total? The barista tells them the price, and they pay with cash or card, maybe saying, here you go.
And, of course, it's always polite to say "thank you" after receiving the order.
Absolutely. Even a simple situation like ordering breakfast at a cafe uses a lot of useful English phrases, and it's a great chance to practice real-life English. Now, let's think about some other things people might do in their morning routine. Some people like to exercise first thing in the morning.
Yes, that's a great way to start the day with more energy. They might go for a run, do yoga at home, or go to the gym.
And after exercising, they would probably take a shower and get ready for the day.
Others might prefer to meditate or do some mindfulness exercises in the morning to clear their mind and set a positive tone for the day.
That's a wonderful habit. It can really help reduce stress and improve focus.
And some people like to spend a few minutes reading a book or the news before they start their day. It's a nice way to ease into the morning instead of rushing straight into tasks.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works best for you and creating a routine that helps you feel prepared for the day ahead.
So, David, what are some common phrases our listeners might hear or use when talking about their morning routine?
That's a great question, Emily. Here are some useful phrases people can use when talking about their morning routine. My alarm goes off at. This is how you say what time you wake up. I hit the snooze button. This means you delay your alarm for a few more minutes. I get out of bed. This is the action of leaving your bed. I brush my teeth. Part of your morning hygiene. I wash my face. Cleaning your face in the morning. I make a cup of coffee or tea. Preparing your morning drink. I get dressed. Putting on your clothes. I have breakfast. Eating your morning meal. I check my emails. looking at your messages. I plan my day, organizing your tasks. I commute to work or school, traveling to your workplace or study place. I grab a coffee on the go, buying a coffee and taking it with you.
Those are some really useful phrases. And how can our listeners ask someone about their morning routine?
They could ask, what's your morning routine like? How do you start your day? What do you usually do in the morning? Do you have a set morning routine?
These are great conversation starters. You can use them with friends, classmates, colleagues, or even with a language exchange partner.
Absolutely. Talking about daily routines is a very common topic in conversations, and it's also a great way to learn more about someone's lifestyle. So, Emily, when you think about your own morning routine, what do you think is the most important part of having a good morning routine?
For me, I think the most important thing is having a little bit of quiet time before the day really begins. Whether it's enjoying a peaceful cup of tea or reading a few pages of a book, that quiet time helps me feel calm, more grounded, and ready to start the day.
I agree. That sounds wonderful. For me, the most important part is definitely the coffee. That first cup of coffee really wakes me up and gives me the energy I need. But I also think that having some kind of plan for the day, even just a simple mental plan, helps me feel more organized and less stressed.
Those are both great points. It's very personal, isn't it? What works for one person might not work for another person.
Exactly. And it can also change depending on the day. For example, on weekends, my morning routine is much more relaxed than on weekdays.
Same for me. On weekends, I usually sleep a little longer and enjoy a slow, relaxing breakfast. There's no rush to go anywhere.
That sounds wonderful. It's really important to have slow, peaceful mornings sometimes. So, to our listeners, we encourage you to think about your own morning routine. What do you do in the morning? What do you enjoy about it? Is there anything you would like to change?
And try to describe your morning routine in English using the phrases we shared today. It's a great way to practice your speaking skills. And if you feel confident, you can even share part of your morning routine in the comments below. We'd love to read them.
That's a fantastic idea, Emily. We can all learn from each other's routines. So, to wrap up today's episode about morning routines, we hope you found it helpful and interesting. Remember, learning English becomes easier when you connect it to your real daily life, and nothing is more daily than your morning routine.
Absolutely. We hope this real conversation has given you some useful vocabulary and phrases to talk about this topic in English. Before we say goodbye, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Mr. Daily Speak English if you haven't already. We have many more English and daily life episodes coming soon.
And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share it with anyone who might find it useful.
And don't forget to leave a comment below telling us about your morning routine or any questions you have about today's topic. We always love hearing from you.
Thanks so much for joining us today, everyone. It was a pleasure, Emily.
You too, David, and we'll see you all in the next episode.